Good evening, everyone. We will be covering all of the main IT resources that are available to you. If you have any questions during the presentation, we ask that you write them down and save your question towards the end, where we will have a Q&A. We arrange these goals based on how often an average student will need to access a technology resource from top to bottom, but we recognize that everyone's tech needs are different. So the first and the most important slide that we will be starting off with is how to log into your CUNY First and Brightspace accounts. And you will be logging into it very often since it's going to be your main way to access everything you need to do here in CUNY, whether it is verifying and updating your personal information, as our registrar has said earlier, enrolling and completing your course assignments, using Schedule Builder, or uploading important documents to the registrar and bursar. Once you sign in, I encourage you to explore your CUNY First account to see what options are available to you so that you know where to go if you need to find additional information or need to submit a document. To access your CUNY First or Brightspace accounts, you go to that URL or just type in cuny.edu. Click login. You sign in with your CUNY First credentials. If you're a new student and you haven't claimed your CUNY First account yet, you will have to click on New User at the login page at the bottom left corner of the page. And you will be seeing this login page very often. Now, when you log into your CUNY First account for the first time, you will be prompted to set up your MFA, which is short for multi-factor authentication, either by clicking on the link when prompted or by entering that link into your preferred web browser. Multi-factor authentication is an extra layer of security to help secure your account and its information from hackers. So, for example, it is used by all of the banking companies to secure your financial accounts against online threats. So after you go to that URL, you'll be prompted with a blue looking screen. Just click allow. And then once you get to step 2, you want to click on manage and my authenticator factors tile. And then on the third page, you would click on add authentication factor and then click on mobile authenticator. Here, we use the Microsoft Authenticator app as an example to set up our CUNY login MFA. If you are already using another multi-factor authentication app, you may feel free to continue using it, as the steps are the same and that you're either scanning a QR code or entering a key to set up your MFA. But we also do recommend the Microsoft Authenticator app since it works well with your student email account. So when you're setting up your multi-factor authentication, you want to make sure you want to put in a unique name. In our case, we just put in CUNY login MFA and make sure you're only using alphabet characters. Don't use any special characters because that will prevent your MFA from successfully setting up. On your Microsoft Authenticator app, at the bottom right corner, there should be like a QR code button. If you press on it, it will open up a camera where it will take a picture of the QR code. And then from there, it will start generating a code. And step 6 is the most important part. You would need to verify and save that code in order to completely set up your MFA. We've had users who just scan the QR code, suddenly they see the number, and then they think that they are done. No, they need to make sure that they need to verify it. So that's how you can link your MFA code to your CUNY First account. Now, if you're unable to set up your MFA because you do not have a smartphone to install these apps, please reach out to our service desk and we can help provide alternative solutions. This is if you don't have a smartphone. Now, another important thing is knowing where to find your 8-digit MPO ID, sometimes referred to as student ID. Because your 8-digit MPO ID will help us locate your account very quickly without having to ask for more personal details to verify your identity, which can make things longer and assisting you with your issues. And it is one of the first things we will ask when you are emailing us, whether it's the registrar, bursar, or your advisor for assistance. You can find your 8-digit student ID by logging into your CUNY First account, click on the student tile, and it will be the 8-digit number underneath your profile on tile. Next is how to access your student email. Most of you should have already have received an email from us with instructions on how to claim your student email. If you haven't received that email instruction yet, don't worry, we'll send out another batch later this week. Now to access your student email, you would go to office.com, click sign in. Here, you will enter the provided student email credentials sent to your preferred email when you've first started your CUNY application. Your student email is very similar to your CUNY first username, except that instead of at login.cuny.edu, it is at sau3.cuny.edu. If you do not see your Outlook icon when you're looking for your student email, there's a good chance you may have logged in using your CUNY first username instead of your student email username. So that's the format. Very similar. You put in the password provided in the email, click sign in. And if this is a personal computer, you can just check yes, don't show this again, and click on yes. But if it's not a personal computer, say like it's a public computer, then you want to click no so that you don't save your student email on that public computer. After entering your password, you will come across this page. This is where you also set up your multi-factor authentication for your student email. And this is to help secure your account from any potential hackers that may try to pretend to be you. We'll click next. So here we have 3 different ways to set up your preferred MFA for your student email. You can either do it through text, which is the most common one. You can either have it call you or set up via the Microsoft Authenticator app. If you're gonna use the Microsoft Authenticator app, we recommend you install the app first before continuing on this screen, or else it's gonna cause some weird issues, in which case you will need to reach out to us for assistance. Once you're logged in, you will arrive in your Office 365 dashboard. On the left-hand side, if you click on apps, it will bring up all of your Microsoft 365 apps. And if you click on Outlook, that is how you will access your student email. Now, if you don't see Outlook, there's a good chance you may have logged in with the wrong email. So you want to make sure you do that. You can also download and install your own local copy of Office 365 on up to 5 personal devices. Just click on Install Apps, click on Microsoft 365 Apps, and then click Install Office, and then follow the instructions. It's very simple. So this is just a quick announcement slide. You can tuck this information into the back of your brain for later. So right now there's a CUNY-wide project in the work that aims to set up single sign-on on all of your student email and Microsoft account with your CUNY First account, meaning that instead of remembering your CUNY First account and your student email account credentials, you will only have to use your CUNY First credentials. We will provide updates in the near future, so be sure to check your student email every so often. So another common question is how to reset your CUNY First password. Back at the CUNY login page, if you click on Forgot Password, it will bring up to the next page where you can enter in either your CUNY First username or your Apple ID and press Continue. From here, you can answer the 2 security questions that you had set up when you first claim your CUNY First account to get to the last page where you can update and change it to a new password. However, if you do not remember your answers, you can always click on I am unable to remember my answers to receive an email link to your preferred email address with further instructions on how to reset your CUNY First password. Now, we are also partnered with the Graduate Center. To visit the Graduate Center online library, you can Google CUNY Graduate Center online library and click on the Minare's library link or type in that link there. As soon as you try to access a resource whether it's a journal, article, database, newspaper, etc., you will be prompted to log in using your CUNY first credentials. So if you click on this blue link here, and we will also be sending you another set of GC network account credentials. I know there's a lot of accounts, but this one specifically you can use at the CUNY GC on-site campus where you can access their workstations and their printing if you decide to visit the graduate center. CUNY is also a participant of EduRoam, a worldwide Wi-Fi hotspot service created in Europe and is co-founded by EU that is designed for international research and the academia community. With your CUNY first credentials, you can sign into any participating educational and research institutions. Just look for EduRoam to appear on your Wi-Fi network list. So, for example, museums, other universities, etc. This is a one-time setup. So once you set it up, you're all good to go. Our student lab is located on the 14th and 19th floor for printing. When you print, just wait a few seconds for the pop-up here to show up. And this is where you will enter in your 8-digit MPO ID. If you entered it correctly, you should hear the printer start printing in just a few seconds. Please note that you are allotted 250 pages per semester to print. If you encounter an error message that says something like user account not registered, email our service desk and we will help you with that. If you would like to print from your personal laptop, we will need to install the printer drivers on your laptop. For that, just send an email to us to set up an appointment and let us know what type of laptop you're using. Well, no, we do have a technology on campus for students to use. You're also located on the 19th floor library. And here we have two collaboration tables where you can connect your laptop to the TVs there. Let's say if you're working on a group project or class assignments that need to involve multiple users. And we also have a laptop program for students who need to borrow a laptop to use at home. Currently, we have an iPad, a basic Windows 11 laptop, and a statistical Windows 11 laptop, and they're loaned out on a first come and first served basis. Please note that our laptops can only be borrowed on a semester by semester basis and must be returned by the end of the semester's due date. If you need the laptop for the following semester, it will have to come back to our service desk before the due date and a new form will have to be filled out. And once you put in the request, please allow us up to a week to prepare your laptop. For students who need access to ADA equipment or software, such as laptops with larger screens and assistive technology, you may go to this website here or scan the QR code to access the website. Once from there, you will click on Student, sign in with your CUNY first credentials, and then you'll click on Accommodation and then Equipment. CUNY also offers a virtual desktop application called a portal that you can use right in your web browser. With your CUNY first credentials, you can log in at the website, cuny.portal.com, launch any of the application on the page or the one that you will be using for class to access your virtual desktop. For first-time users, please wait a few minutes for your profile to be set up. This is a great resource for those who need instant access to a statistical software if their computer is not powerful enough to run those stat programs, and that you do not have to pay or have these softwares installed on your computer. And this all takes place in your web browser, so it's very convenient. Do note that any data left in your virtual desktop will not be saved, so be sure to save the files to your local storage or through emailing it to us. So this is what it looks like after you log into a portal. So it looks just like a regular desktop. And finally, once again, here is our service desk information. We are open Monday to Thursday from 9 to 9 once the semester starts. Fridays from 9 to 5. We are closed on the weekends. Again, the best way to reach out to us is either by email or by submitting a ticket. Our duties often pull us away from our desks, so we may miss your phone call. However, if you send us an email ticket, we can definitely get back to you. Uh, with that said, I will turn it back to you, Padre. Thank you so much.